Bonjour everyone, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Cody the Craft Wolf.
And welcome to the Fort Frances Library's Craft Bag Tutorials. So Cody, wanna guess what we're doing today?
Monsters? No, we already did that. Ooh, what about robots? No, we did that too. Oh, I give up.
Well, it's okay, Cody. Today we're gonna be making paper mache pumpkins inspired by yours truly.
Pumpkins? I love pumpkins.
Same here, Cody.
Hey Maggie, what's paper mache?
Paper mache is when you take a little bit of glue and a little bit of water and then apply it to the object, like a balloon or a box, and then apply paper to it, and then it makes an object. Sort of like a piñata, which we used to make tons of those when I was a kid. But today, instead of paper, we're using tissue paper and glue.
And it will look like a pumpkin?
Yeah! If you follow these steps, I'll show you how to make one. Let's waste no time and hop into the craft. Ready? Let's go! Alrighty, so in this bag you'll find one instruction sheet, one green construction paper piece, 2 pipe cleaners, 2 balloons, and a whole bunch of orange tissue paper. Some extra material you will need is some scissors, a paintbrush, and some glue, and a marker. Put everything away but your paintbrush, your glue, your balloon, and your tissue paper. Take your balloon and stretch it a little bit to make the elasticity a little bit better, and then blow it up. Make sure to blow it up to about palm size and no bigger than that, because then you'll lose out on a lot of tissue paper and it takes more glue and it's a lot longer to dry. So the one that I have here is a little too big. If you could get smaller than what I have here, that would be perfect and awesome. Tying balloons can be pretty difficult, so make sure to get an adult to help you with it. Alrighty. So now take your glue, your paintbrush, and your tissue paper and apply glue all over the balloon. This is what's going to hold down our tissue paper onto the balloon. So just start applying it in patches. So I'm just going to apply as much as I can, make sure the layers are thick enough so that when you put the tissue paper down, it will stick right away. Alrighty, so now that we have enough glue on the balloon, take some tissue paper out in handfuls, and then put one tissue paper piece on at a time. If you put them on in a pile, it's not going to stick very good, so it's best to take your time and put one tissue paper on at a time. If there are dry spots on the tissue paper, you can paint it down with some more glue and it should stick a bit better. So make sure to coat the whole balloon in glue and then coat the entire thing with tissue paper too. Then once the first layer is all put on, set it aside to dry. This can take pretty long to dry, so make sure to set it aside for maybe half an hour. Hey everyone! While you're doing your craft, I have an announcement to make. So this year we aren't having trunk or treat at the library, but we do have an alternative. Thanks to the Legion Ladies Auxiliary, a lot of businesses around town are partnering up for a children's Halloween event. This event has been approved by the Health Unit and the OPP. To register, visit the Fort Frances Legion Ladies Auxiliary Branch 29 Facebook page and comment your child's name below the Halloween event posting. Children 12 and under have free registration, and there is an early bird draw for those who register before October 15th. The last day to register will be October 22nd, so make sure to sign up early! Starting on October 31st at 4:30 p.m., we have a drive-thru trick-or-treat. Children will need to be driven to the specified destinations, and a member of the organization will come to the car and deliver their loot bag. The starting location for the drive-thru is the Fort Francis Library, where you will then be directed to your next location. There are a total of 6 locations, and your last stop will be the Fort Francis Legion. Did I also mention there's a car and costume contest too? Parents, make sure to post a picture of your child's costume and decorated car to the Fort Francis Legion Ladies Branch 29 Facebook page in order to participate. This can be done at any time throughout the day. There is also a live virtual party beginning at 7 o'clock. Make sure to head on over to the Fort Francis Legion Ladies Auxiliary Branch 29 Facebook page and follow it so you won't miss out on the invite. Games will be posted one at a time on the live Facebook page, and the first person to post the correct answer on the Facebook page will receive a prize. Prizes for the virtual party and costume and car contest can be picked up at the library. Please bring some ID when coming to the library for prizes. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact the Fort Francis Legion Ladies Auxiliary Branch 29. Alrighty, thanks so much for listening. Happy Halloween! While we wait for our balloon to dry, take your scissors, your construction paper, your pipe cleaner, and your marker. Take the pipe cleaner and wrap it around the marker so that it makes a spiral. There we go! Now I have a pipe cleaner coil. This is going to act as the stem for the pumpkin. With your green construction paper, cut out some leaves. Alright, so with this one I did a little bit of experimenting, so you can either follow this way or you can wait until the end, and I could show you another way to make the leaves and the pipe cleaner. So what I did was I took the pipe cleaners and the leaves I just cut out, and then I kind of stacked the ends together just to kind of make like a flower. Then what I did is take the pipe cleaner and wrap it around the base of the leaves to kind of stick them together. It's a really weird method, and you'll find that the leaves fall out a lot, so it would be better to glue the leaves together at the base before putting the pipe cleaner around the center where the leaves are put together. There we go. I think it looks alright. So, if you want, set it aside and wait for your pumpkins to dry. Alrighty, so now for the second layer. So, what I'm doing is just applying another glue to the dry tissue paper underneath, and then I'm just repeating the steps where I put the tissue paper on top of the glue and cover the entire balloon with it. Now, make sure to be careful if the layers aren't fully dry. You can lift up some of the under layer with the wet glue, and then you'll have holes in your pumpkin, so make sure to take it slow and steady, or wait until the first layer is completely dry before applying the second layer. Alrighty, I think my layers are all done. I'm going to put another layer on off camera, but make sure to wait for probably a couple hours until it's all completely dry. Alright, time to check on her. Oh no, what happened? Aw, man. So for this one, I actually left it for a week, so it kind of deflated and might have accidentally crumpled up my balloon and my pumpkin. But that's okay. It's still salvageable. Just take your scissors and poke a hole in the balloon to get it out of the pumpkin, and then you should be good. If it does get stuck, make sure to gently pull off the balloon from the tissue paper and glue, and then pull it out the hole. So, what should we do with this? Well, there's a big hole in the top, so I'll show you two ways to apply the pipe cleaner and the leaves to the pumpkin. So for this one, I'm actually going to show you what you can do with the hole, and that'll be taking your glue, your paintbrush, and another tissue paper that you have left over. So apply some glue around the edges of the pumpkin's hole, and then what we're going to do is, once that's all done, is put a tissue paper right on top to cover it. Make sure to take a large piece of tissue paper that can cover the hole. If you don't have a piece that's large enough, just take some construction paper, cut it out in the shape of the hole, and then just glue it down like you see here. Alrighty, so once you're done that, set it aside to dry. Once it's all dry, take it back, and we're going to put the pipe cleaner and the construction paper leaves on. So I'm going to show this version in a second, but what we can do is we're going to take some glue, and we're going to take our paintbrush. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the pipe cleaner and leaves. Just enough so that when we stick it on, it will stay. You can coat some of the leaves just to make sure it will stay extra good. Then put it on the top where you put the extra tissue paper on. Now we'll show you the other version using Cody's pumpkin. So for this one, we're not going to put a tissue paper over the hole, but actually we're going to poke a hole at the top and put the pipe cleaner through. This can also be great to put little fake candle lantern things underneath so that it makes it glow. So, be very careful with this. When poking a hole in the top, you can use scissors or a pencil. Now take your pipe cleaner, twirl it around your marker or your finger until it becomes a coil shape, and stick it right in. There we go. Now you can flip it over and secure it by bending it so that it won't come out the top. And then you can take your leaves and glue them on like you did with the last one. To make it easier, I'm going to kind of connect the leaves. So instead of making individual ones like 4, I'm going to make 2 that make it look like 4. If you see there are 2 that are stuck together. So if you're planning on going with the method of not using the hole, you can actually make it a little bit flatter by trimming the excess off to make a more flat bottom. There we go. Now it stands out straight. So now we're going to glue the leaves onto the top of the pumpkin. So take some of your glue, apply it to the ends of your leaves, and then stick it to the top. Make sure to hold them down so that they dry a little bit better. And there we go! Your pumpkin should be complete. Now to add one final detail. Alrighty, so take your black marker. We're gonna draw a little face on our pumpkin. This is completely optional, or you can even cut out little eyes and then put a fake fairy lantern candle in the bottom to make it glow. Don't use a real one because it will catch on fire. And all done! A lot of gluing and drawing went into this, but I think it was pretty worth it in the end.
I can't wait to put this in my cave too!
It was definitely a fun craft that I think I'm gonna make more of. The more the merrier when it comes to pumpkins. I wonder if our friends liked it too. If you'd like, take a picture of it and send it to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and tag us. Or use the hashtag FFPLTC Craft Club Crafts.
I can't wait to see everyone's pumpkin pictures.
Same here, Cody. You know, I bet all of this has made probably a big mess. Why don't we sing the cleanup song and clean everything up? Are you ready? Making stuff was really fun. Let's all sing the cleanup song. Clean up, clean up. Everybody clean up, clean up, clean up. Let's all put our stuff away.